Sun's coming up, coffee strong. Hit that button, we're rolling along. Morning crew already in the chat. Good vibes only, yeah, imagine that. Screen lights up, here we go. MrCoop's ready, let the truth be told. Laughs, real talk, no filter, no flop. Buckle up, y'all. Countdown's done, no time to stop. Red lights on. The mic is hot, talk time's on. MrCoop bringing that break of dawn. Say it loud, say what you got. Wake up the world cause the mic is hot. Yeah, we sip that brew, hit our spot. Talk time rolling and the mic is hot. He reads the chat with a watchful eye. Calls it straight, no alibi. Keep it fun, keep it kind. Cross that line, yeah, he'll rewind. Stories flying, jokes land right. Morning crew, feeling alright. From serious talk to laugh out loud. This is our place, this is our crowd. No script, no fear, just say what you got. Hands in the air cause the mic is hot. Talk time's on, MrCoop lighting up the horn. Say it loud, say what you got. Truth and laughs cause the mic is hot. From the first hey to the last coffee drop, we're wide awake cause the mic is hot. Good mornings, roll call, let's go. Every voice matters on this show. Turn it up, don't miss your shot. This is your moment. So mic is hot, talk time's live. MrCoop keeping it real every time. Wake up strong, hit that spot. Morning made better when the mic is hot. Yeah, the chat's popping, the vibes on lock. Best part of the day cause the mic is hot. Talk time with MrCoop. Same time, same place, don't be late.
Hey, good morning, chat and Miss D. How you doing today, girly girl?
It is Friday, and I am so glad it is.
Oh, yes, it is the best.
It's the best Friday ever.
Yeah, I love Fridays. Because we get to relax for the weekend. What you guys got going on this weekend?
We're going to the park on the river, and we're going to have a cookout for Mother's Day, and tomorrow's going to be a lot of prepping, so it'll be fun. It'll be real fun, and the weather is supposed to be gorgeous.
Right on. I don't know what we're going to do this weekend. Mama, I was talking to her before we went live, and she says gas prices over $5 a gallon right now.
Ouch.
So I don't know what we're gonna do right now. We might just go to the store, pick up some steaks, probably grill at the house, puddle around. I don't know. We might. I don't know. With it being Mother's Day, I don't know if the beaches are going to be packed or not. So I don't have a clue what we're going to do yet.
That's the reason. That's the reason why we chose the river, because the river isn't as crowded at the state parks as the beach is. So
right.
And all the small shops, all the local businesses over on the beach, they really jump. I mean, it's like 10 times the amount of visitors during a holiday than what they get normally. Yeah.
All right. Let's say some good mornings to the chat. We got old Big Dirt rolled up in here first thing this morning. Then we got DR. Good morning. Then we got Tracy. Good morning. Miss Tammy P. Oh, yeah. We got Colleen and we got Charlie Sugars. How you doing? There's Miss Terry. How are you? All right. Oh, what do we got here? I can't pronounce the rest of that. Wise ass clips. Oh, okay. Good morning. Good morning. James, good morning. Roy, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Who else we got in here? Tree God. You can, oh, there's Mercedes over in the Rumble Dungeon. You want to get the rest of them there, D?
Sure. And your testing me is over in Rumble. Good morning, Harry. Good morning, Simba. Good morning, Kim, Colleen. CK Red, how are you? Big Al. And let's see. I do believe I saw Charlie Sugar. Good morning to you. And
Yep.
James, good morning.
You're testing me. Now, that's a new name. That's a new name. That's cool. That's cool. Now, you guys and gals, remember, we've got the Rumble Dungeon over there. So, anybody that wants to hang out over there and hasn't followed over there yet, you need to follow over there because I do have some plans coming down the road here soon where we'll be doing like half a show here and a half a show there. So, you need to be following over there. Yes, 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 yes. And it's not that I'm going to do half a show over there because I can't show it on YouTube. It's just I'm trying to build the Rumble Dungeon up a little bit and get things going over there because over there I'm fully monetized. I don't have to worry about it. You know, you guys can do whatever over there. One of my favorite features are the animated emojis.
Right. There's a lot more there.
Yeah, I mean your emojis are literally animated over there. But yeah. That's it. And that's it. What do we got here? Donnie Marie, good morning, crew up in Summer Roast. What resort? Or the town in I live in went from 3,000 year-round residents to 30,000. Oh, wow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. Where I spent 20 years in Missouri, it's like that. It's a tourist town, okay?
Mm.
They come for the Lake of the Ozarks. So during the off season, wintertime, there's nobody there. During the summer, you go from 0 people to hundreds of thousands of people visiting that lake, and they do all kinds of stuff. Water ski. They have Party Cove, which is nasty.
Okay.
Oh my God. What it is this is a man-made lake, right? They put Bagnell Dam up and they flooded hundreds of thousands of acres. There's even complete towns that are underwater. You know, this lake is so big. But there's this one particular cove that they'll all tie up their boats together and it's just one big, huge party out there.
Okay.
Well, the EPA went in there and they did a study on the Party Cove while it was in the full swing in the middle of summer. The top 6 inches of water was complete sewage where people had used the bathroom, they spilled alcohol, they threw it up, anything you can imagine. The top 6 inches was raw sewage. So these people are out there swimming around in this nasty stuff.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I've been through there, but I've never gotten out of the boat. I've just been through there just to see what it was like, and then we turned around and left. But these people don't understand that's nasty because
that's a whole lot of ick.
Well, think about it. In the ocean, when people party up, like we have Honeymoon Island down here right in the Gulf, and a lot of boats will go out there and they'll anchor up and everybody will party because it's like knee deep, you know?
Right.
But you're talking about the ocean, okay? It filters a lot of that stuff out into the ocean. You're talking about a lake, and you're back in this little tiny small cove, right? It's got no filtration. That sewage stays there. It absolutely stays there. So if anybody in the chat has ever been to Lake of the Ozarks and partied at Party Cove, you know what I'm talking about. It is absolutely nasty. But yeah, the tourists, they flock there. You have the Bagnell Dam Strip where you've got your local, I don't know, novelty shops and little restaurants and stuff. It's just an old vibe. But I did look at Google Maps here not too long ago, and I've been gone now. I moved back to Florida in 2007, so I've been gone almost 20 years. It has grown up tremendously. Yeah, you don't even hardly recognize it now. Anyway, wow, that's my story. Oh, I think I saw some. There's Polymopicus came rolling in. Good morning, sir. How you doing? The Wookie is here. Hello, all. Good morning, Wookie. There's Nanny Clampett. How you doing, girly girl? There's Tracy Spencer. Good morning. Good morning. We got, of course, Dr. DeMost is in the house. Mama Coop, my sweetheart. She just come to say hi. There was Mr. Allen. How you doing? Angie, good morning. How are you doing? Oh, she said good morning to you too, D.
Well, good morning, Angie. Oh, I see Storm Killers here and Old School Racing. K-Polk, good morning. Nine Pin Bowling, good morning. Hi, Eric. How are you? Lisa Clay. And let's see, did I miss anybody? Oh, good morning, Carol. How are you? How are you?
Master Harry done showed up. Good morning, Harry. How you doing? Oops, I got the wrong one. All right. But yeah, everybody's rolling in. But yeah, guys, where we left off yesterday, we're going to be doing the same thing today, but with a twist. Today, we've got some documents. Old Judge Hinkle stepped in on this one and said, no, 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 no. So we're going to go over that. We're going to see what Judge Hinkle had to say. He took the power right out of Bolito's hands and stuck it. You know, he took it. He said, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this.
Right.
Right.
Oh, look.
Shennemesis.
Yeah, there's Shennemesis.
Oh, we got to get that button. Oh, welcome, Shennemesis. Glad to have you, girly girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shennemesis doesn't do a whole lot of chatting, but she's always here listening, and I love it. I love it. She's been around since day one. She's always here. And I'm glad to see her when she pops in. Donnie Marie, I grew up and lived the Hamptons for most of my life. Was a carpenter and worked of a lot. Where I guess worked for a lot of famous people's mansions. Oh wow!
Ooh.
Now the Hamptons, that's up north, isn't it?
Yes, I want to say Vermont area, somewhere up in there. I could be wrong. I need an atlas.
Right. Oh, you're testing me. What's happening? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there's Tracy. She's over in the Rumble dungeon now. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing it today. I'm not going to be going to Rumble today. But yeah, I will be eventually, splitting the stream. I'm also thinking about 2 days a week. We're going to cover some other stuff like we're doing today and like we did yesterday. Kind of break the monotony a little bit, give everybody a little bit of break on what's going on with Jeremy. Now, if news comes out, yes, we will cover it. But if news is kind of slowed down a little bit, we will be covering some other stuff, sort of like what we're going to do today. Yeah. Oh, by the way, D.
Yeah.
Did you hear that you and Venomous Venom and Miyagi and Roslyn and myself are mods for Lisa? Did you hear that?
Just now. That's news to me. Just now. All right.
Oh my goodness. You talk about some of the craziest stuff that I've ever heard. Okay. Does she even realize what it would take for somebody to hack into her stuff? Me, I don't have that kind of knowledge. Nothing anywhere close to it. I can barely work what I got going on here.
Yeah, you're always pushing buttons.
Yeah. We didn't even go live today, and I shut myself off dropping a bottle on the keyboard. So, but yeah, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I found out that I was a mod, and you four girls were mods as well. How that works, I don't have any idea. I do know that Miyagi was a mod at one time because she used to be over there. Whether she's still a mod, I don't know, but I think it's kind of crazy.
That's news to me. Good to know.
It's news to me.
Then.
I mean, if I'd have known I was a mod, I'd be watching her members onlys.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
The amount of okay, guys, cover your ears there for a minute. The amount of bullshit that comes out of this woman's mouth is absolutely insane. It's like here a little while back, her chat was complaining about the ads, right? There were a
Mhm.
tremendous amount of ads.
Mhm.
And she's blaming it on, well, YouTube did it. No, YouTube don't do it. You literally have to set the monetization on your stuff. We covered that one day on here.
Yes.
I actually pulled it right up on the screen and showed all
Mhm.
the steps you have to go to set your ads. Okay. It YouTube doesn't just do it for you. It does not have a, what do they call that? Where you can set presettings. It does not have presettings where you can just, okay, every video and every stream is automatically monetized. It's not like that. You literally have to go in and turn it on. Then when you turn it on, it asks you how to choose, or gives
Mhm.
you a choice to choose how many minutes between each ad. So I don't understand why somebody just doesn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. Let me go fix that." Why you got to come off with some freaky freaking story that YouTube did it? And that leads us back to this mod situation. Now she's saying that hackers or somebody hacked into her stuff. I'm sitting there thinking, who would even bother?
Right?
I
If somebody truly wanted to hack your computer, what is the first thing they're gonna target? Passwords,
Yep,
financials, email accounts, anything you have on files
yep.
that look remotely interesting to a hacker. They're not gonna go to your YouTube channel and make people mods,
Well,
okay?
think of it like
Just
this, D. She's for some reason she's putting me in there and people that have been on the stream with me. You've been on here quite a bit. Venom's been on here a little bit. Rosalind's only been on here once. Okay. Miyagi's never been on stream with me.
Oh, speaking
So
of Miyagi,
what's that? Oh, there
uh,
she is.
mhm,
Laying here trying to sleep. Wanted to clarify, I was never a mod there. Okay, cool beans. She was never a mod. But last week, I noticed I was modded when I went to get screenshots. Oh, wow. Oh,
hmm,
wow. I've
interesting.
never, I'm not even subscribed to her. I
Me
can't even
neither.
comment in the comment section because I don't subscribe to her. I have her blocked. Okay. And I'm not going to undo that. But why is she throwing me and people that are been on my show in there? Because think about it. If somebody hacked her YouTube, just think about this for a second. I think Tug covered this. If somebody hacked her YouTube, why would they put us as mods? Why wouldn't they just terminate the channel?
Right? Why
Okay. It doesn't make sense because if you've hacked in to the point where you can add and remove mods, why wouldn't they just terminate the channel? Why wouldn't I don't get that. It
I
doesn't
don't
make
either.
sense.
No, it doesn't. But
Because if
hey
somebody's go ahead.
but hey, it's, it's, interesting to say the least that if somebody hacked, why do that? It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
I can't believe that these people sit there and listen to her in this nonsense that she dribbles. I mean, I by no means am I a hacker. I can't even figure out how to hardly work any of this stuff. Okay, let alone hack into somebody's account. Uh, but like I said, if I'm pissed off enough to try and hack into somebody's stuff, I'm not going to just add stupid shit. I'm going to delete their shit. I'm going to delete everything. I'm going to create havoc if it was me. You know what I mean?
Right? Right.
So I don't. It doesn't make sense. This is where I'm
It
going.
it doesn't. It really doesn't, and, I find all of this unbelievable.
Yeah, how people can. I mean, I gotta hand it to her though. She's trying to create situations that aren't there. She's trying to give her audience something to listen to. I can agree with that to a point, but when you start putting some of the most unlandish things out there that normal people can see right through, that's not helping you. That's just proving you out to be a freaking moron, a liar. I mean, nobody is going to spend all that time trying to hack into somebody's stuff and just make mods. It's not going to happen.
No.
And I know for a fact there's 2 ways you can add a mod. And one, it's only the creator can do it. So
Right.
she's saying somebody had her password. But there's
Well,
only
that's
2
on
ways.
her then, right?
Right. She says somebody hacked in using her password or whatever. I don't think she gave her password out. She's trying to say somebody hacked her system. Oh, well, go for it. But as far as all of this goes, like I said, there's only 2 ways. Now Miyagi was over there for a little bit. Maybe she added, I don't know. But I know that none of the rest of us, there's no freaking way she would have added us as a mod. There's no way we would have been added as mod. Like I said, I've got her blocked. She claims she's got me blocked. So how is she going to add me as a mod?
I
don't
don't
get
know.
it.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Anyways, it's crazy. Have at it. Have fun with it, Lisa. I mean, if those people are stupid enough to listen to that crap, I'm hoping they're not. I hope they see through the BS.
Mhm.
But hey, I don't know. Sorry they hacked you. I don't know who it is. She's talking about YouTube's going to be looking into it or something like that and tracing
Well,
IP addresses. Well,
have fun with that. That's all
have
I have to
fun.
say.
I don't think anybody, I mean, good luck if she's got somebody in YouTube that's actually listening to her. I don't think she does.
Right.
I mean, for goodness sake, I've been dealing with this monetization stuff for what, a couple of weeks now? Well, since
Yes.
21st of last month. And you can't get a hold of a real person. You get a hold of bots.
Mhm.
That's about it. And they
Right.
always give you the same dribble over and over again. So
Yeah,
have fun.
it's the automated, email responses, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And here we go. Stacy says the only one that can add mods is the owner of the channel. It probably wasn't a mistake. Was a mistake on her part when trying to ban, or she is completely BSing. I think it's the latter there. Stacy, I think it's BSing. Because for one, if she's trying to ban somebody, you have to grab their link. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Okay, because when you go into studio,
Mhm.
you go into studio, you go into the monetization thing, it pulls up our settings, then it pulls
Right.
up a monetization.
Yep.
There's one window at the top that has all your mods or
Mhm.
admins, and then right below it has your standard mods. And then when you
Mhm.
scroll down to the bottom of the page, that's where you have your hidden people, the people
Right.
that you're blocking. So
Right.
maybe she was trying to put all of us on the block list and accidentally put us on the mod list.
Well, we must have been right at the top then, right?
Yeah, that means she would have, she right at the top. But I mean, I don't know why she'd want to block me. I mean, I don't go to her stuff. I refuse to. The only thing I do is get her transcripts to listen to the BS that she has to say. Other than that, I don't participate in her chat. I don't go near any of them.
Mm.
What was it I heard today? What it was something to do with Venom. Well, one of them somebody said that Pam Carson and I Watch So You Don't Have To are the same people,
Okay.
which that's completely ludicrous.
Mhm.
And then there was another one where it was Venom
Is Miyagi.
is Miyagi.
Okay.
Catch up. Good morning. If somebody actually hacked her, they would have just deleted everything, not give random blocked people wrenches. Exactly, catch up. Exactly. That's why this whole story sounds so far-fetched. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. But hey,
Mhm.
apparently I was a super mod for about 2 seconds over there. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Just when you think you've heard it all, here comes this shit. Just it's insane. So Miyagi, I know you're laying down, girly girl. So do you have another account that is called Venomous Venom? And I've literally talked to Miyagi, over the phone.
Yes. Yes.
Anyone that listens to her videos that she puts out knows that she is an Australian.
Right. You
Now,
cannot fake that accent.
Right. Now, if Venom and Miyagi are the same person, she's got to be one hell of a woman when it comes to changing the way she speaks.
Exactly.
I mean, even movie stars that are Australians trying to play Americans, you can still hear that little hint sometimes of the Australian accent. So, I mean, Venom must be one hell of an actor, boy. I'm telling you. Call me Venom. He says, "Call me Venom."
Will do. I'm on that.
Well, I can tell you right now, if people, I go to listen to Jay because Jay makes me laugh. He says some funny shit.
Yes, he does.
Lisa's literally diving into the realm of comedy now. I mean, if people are listening to this and not scratching their head like, what did she just say? Or laughing, there's something wrong with them. It's crazy. Roy, what you got to say?
Look. Venom's here and Miyagi's here. So are they on 2 different devices with 2 different accounts?
Oh, yeah. Tell us how you're doing that, Miyagi, Venom. How are you guys in here at the same time if you're the same people? Who was it? I just saw somebody. Nope, I was wrong. All right. Lane's wife, good morning. Good morning. I don't know. I mean, hey, she's got to give them content. So have at it.
But is Miyagi playing an American or Venom with a great Aussie accent? That's what Miyagi says.
There you go. There you go. Where did that go? I oh, here's Ketchup again. Only the channel owner. Oh, I thought I already read that. I didn't I? Yeah, only the channel owner and the mod admin can give out wrenches. She claims
I
doesn't.
don't know if an admin can give out wrenches or
I
if it's
don't
just
think
the
they can.
I don't think they can either.
Because Mama, you are okay, Mama, you're an admin. You're an admin on the page. And I don't think Mama can make anybody a mod. Matter of fact, all my mods have the same powers. Ketchup, I think you're a mod, aren't you? I think Ketchup is too. Let me go see real quick. Yeah, Ketchup's a mod too. So Ketchup, try and make somebody an admin and see if it works. Please don't make it Lisa. If you're going to make somebody a mod in the chat, make sure it's somebody that's here every day.
Right.
Yeah. Allie, good morning. Good morning. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Now, what was I was looking for Miyagi's comment, whatnot. There's Frenchie, there's Nanny, there's Mama. Here we go. But is it Miyagi playing American or Venom playing the great Aussie accent? I love talking to Miyagi, when we talk. I love those accents. You got Australia and Scotland, and Ireland. Those are the 3 accents that I love to hear. It just, I don't know why. All right.
Stacy says a managing mod can only delete other mods, but can't make people mods. And then there is standard mods that can only mod regular chat.
Right on. Lake House, good morning. How do you like what Megan found on police record on Skin Tank? I guess that's Squat Pump. I did not get to watch her. I watched Tug last night and Megan for a little while, but yeah, there's been some interesting developments come up over that. Did you watch last night, Dee?
Up until about 9:30, and then I fell asleep. I hate to say that.
I was same way. I doze on and off. I'll doze for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll wake back up and watch some more. But yeah, I did see she had her little wall of mug shots up over there. I think she had, what'd she have at the top? I'm pretty sure there were 3 pictures of Squat Pump. Let's see. There was a picture of Guano. There was a picture of Robbie. There was a picture of TC, Tom Collins. There was a picture of John, and there was a picture of Gabe. And there was 3 pictures of Squat Pump.
Wow.
All right. But yeah. Anyway, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. I guess
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why she's done what she's done. And it all started over I Watch So You Don't Have To. Apparently, I Watch So You Don't Have To posted a screenshot of a comment that somebody was apparently blocked on her channel. Okay. This Kyle guy.
Okay.
Okay, apparently this Kyle guy was blocked, okay? And the only people, from what she says, that can see somebody's comment that's been blocked is either her or her mods. So that's what prompted her to go in to check her mods. Because how did I Watch So You Don't Have To get that screenshot? Well, it's simple. Everybody has moles everywhere, okay? And if Lisa doesn't think she has moles in her camp over there, yeah, you better think again, young lady, because I don't know who they are, but I do know they exist. So you might want to check your stuff because there are people that are feeding information outside your circle. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't know who they are, but I know people that do know who they are. So the screenshot that I Watch So You Don't Have To had could have easily been gotten from one of her mods that don't fully believe in her stuff.
Right.
Anyway,
I don't know who it is either. I don't want to know. None of my business.
Exactly. I don't care. I don't want to hear anything from that camp. The less I know about their inner workings, the better off I am. Because if people start looking too hard and find that there's criminal activity, I don't want to be no part of it. No part of it. Don't even want to have knowledge of it. Louis, what you got to say? No. Gabe has closet friend Kyle and Gabe talk just that day. Everything is good. I have no idea, Louis. I don't have any idea. What you got to say, Tim Fox? I do not have the power to add or delete mods in this chat or in Rumble. Now, when it comes to Rumble, I don't know shit about Rumble. I have no clue. I don't even know how many mods I have over there. That's how much I use it. I just stream there every morning, and that's about it. Right. Anywho, good morning, Brenda.
Yeah. Huh? Good morning, Allie. I saw Allie come in. Good morning.
Oh, there's Tiny. Good morning. Miss Bridget. YouTube is screwing with me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. There it is. I got the wrong one. Oh, yeah. YouTube's been a pain here lately. I guess Ketchup was having a hard time this morning staying linked in with Jay. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So what you think there, girly girl?
I'm speechless that I was a mod and Venom was a mod and I don't know what to say.
Well, I don't know I can't remember who brought it up in the chat. I think it was Miyagi. I could be wrong, but that does sound plausible that she was trying to block people and put them in as mods by accident. That could be. But why in the world she would? She says that she's had all of us blocked for years.
Yeah.
So if she's had us all blocked for years, why would she be trying to block us now?
I don't know.
Jay was destroying the show per usual. Laugh out loud. Ketchup says. I'll tell you, those two over there in the morning, they get me while I'm working. I'm listening to them, and it's hilarious. Anybody that's not subscribed to Jay, you're missing out. He is funny. I have my favorites. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Hi.
She snuck in on us. I didn't even see her pop in.
Oh, look. Hey, there's Torhild. Good morning, Torhild.
Good morning, Torhild. Glad to have you, girly girl. Hey, there's Jay. Or Janie, sorry. Good to be here. All right. Good morning, Janie. Jen. Oh, come back here. Good morning, Bestie. Okay, keeps it real. I guess she's talking. I think that's Jen Thunder. I'm not sure, but I think she's talking to Mercedes. All right. All right. Welcome, 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 guys and gals. All right. Buff the old man, what you got to say? Felisa seems to be easily, what is that? Flummoxed?
Flummoxed.
When under duress or when she gets caught in a lie. Well, I honestly think that she was grasping at straws, trying to figure out how I watched So You Don't Have To got a screenshot that she thinks nobody should have gotten. Now, I don't know if this guy Kyle was blocked or not. It's none of my business. But like I said, if she doesn't think that she has moles, she needs to start rattling some chains because she does. She does. We all do. There's moles everywhere. I mean, we've got none of my mods are moles, but I know that she's got people that watch what we do over here every day, and they send back reports that are completely, utterly garbage that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's funny. Yes, it's funny. All right. All right. Let me pull up this. You have fun with the chat while I'm going to look for this file.
Okay. Hi, 81 Lake House. How are you? Hi, Frenchie. How are you? How is everybody doing? Oh, wow. It's just crazy. I wish I would have known I was, and I would have went over there, but I don't go over there, and I have no reason to. So, yeah.
97. Yeah, there it is.
Tim says, Mr. Coop, I can testify that you have issues understanding some programs, and I can and cannot possibly hack a device.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, now 30 years ago when I was in the computers really heavy, it might have been a different story back then, but I didn't even hack back then. All I did was build computers. We had a machine that would clone one hard drive to another. So when we built the computer, we just slapped a new hard drive in that had been cloned, and it just did its thing. But as far as hacking, no, that's way below, way above me, way above me.
Right.
So is Venom still here?
I think so. Hey, Brummy, how are you?
As soon as she gets her stream for today set up, I will be redirecting everybody to her stream, but I'm still waiting on her to get it scheduled. She will be going live today at 1:00. So yeah.
Okay, Nanny. We need to say some prayers and have some good thoughts for Susie. She's been in the hospital.
That was the next on my list.
Okay.
Thank you, Nancy, our Nanny, for putting that out there. Yes, yeah, there it is. Come on, back up here. Susie's having some medical issues right now. They're trying to get it under control with medication. So yes, please, if you pray, keep her in your prayers. If not, keep her in your thoughts. One or the other. Because Susie is a really good friend. She's a very sweet lady. A lot of people, have a problem with Susie. I do not. Susie is a sweetheart. I hope the doctors get her fixed up.
Yes, definitely. Venom wants to know, what do you need?
Who? Oh, I just
You.
need her to schedule her stream. Once it's scheduled and it's up on YouTube, then I can redirect to it. But until it's scheduled, I can't redirect. I can't send anybody over there because it's not on here. Yeah, Valor, what you got to do? Isn't there a spot to see who is watching your live stream in the shadows? If there is, Valor, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I don't care. People can watch all they want. Hell, watch away. It's just more views. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's it. That's what it is. So.
Yep. So I got this pulled up. And now, guys and gals, this is a very short order from Judge Hinkle. So we'll be discussing this here in just a few minutes. We're going to let a few more people roll in. We still got people talking about the craziness over in Lisa's stream last night. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish with it. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, if you got any ideas, D, I'm open to hear them.
Pff, I have I have no clue. I mean,
You
I
are a
just
mod.
Oh, am I?
Oh well, she says
Oh,
you were. She says you were.
oh. Well, see, like I said, this news to me.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
another thing she said, D. She said that some people were hidden, but she fixed it and unhided them.
okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, think about it. If somebody's going to put that much time and energy into trying to hack somebody's account, why wouldn't they just delete the account?
I don't know.
There's a literal button in your settings that you can hit to delete your account.
Mhm.
It's that simple. So I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's crazy.
It
I
is.
don't. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pull this up here and we're gonna get into it.
Hey, Johnny D, how are you? Hi, Al.
Johnny D to the rescue. How you doing, my friend? And since there we go. I already got it set up. So somebody's
Tagging you on something.
yeah, this the Beverly Hills guy. I forgot to turn my notifications off, guys. So just give me one momento. Oh, morning. I didn't want to. That's his name. 3 dots. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Ketchup, if you're still here. You have all of my admins have the same powers except for a few. I have very few that are standard mods. Almost everybody's just a regular admin on my channel that are admins. So I don't know. I don't know. What you talking about? What happened?
Nancy.
Yeah, Coops Lisa's calling. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That would be a trip. I would have to get that recorded. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Oh wow, let's go see. Matter of fact, let me check that out. Where was I headed? Oh, I was headed over to my mods. That's where I was headed.
Yeah.
User management. Okay. Yeah, I only have like 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 standard mods. That's it. All the rest of my mods are all equal powered. They're what they call managing moderators.
Mhm.
So, Ketchup, you are one of them, I do believe. Yes, you are. Yep, 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 yep. So anyway, but yeah, I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot to take in there. I think that whoever said that a while ago is right. I think she was going in to try and hide people and might have
Mhm.
accidentally put them on the wrong list.
Or
Could be.
check to see if maybe she did hide Kyle. I don't know.
Who
I
knows?
d who knows?
Well, if you're going in through studio to do that, uh, it's not a one-click process. One, you have to go get their address, right? Their YouTube address. You have to get their
Mhm.
channel address. That's step 1. You got to copy it. Then step 2, you got to paste it inside your mod box. And then on top of that, you either hit enter on your keyboards or you hit well, I think you have to hit enter, puts them on there, and then save before you go out. Yeah, so it's not like something can be done accidentally.
Mhm.
Because even though you make them a mod, if you don't hit that save button down at the bottom, it doesn't
It
save it.
doesn't
And so,
save it. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Yeah, oh, yep,
it's
you're
not
right.
like it's something that's simple to do. There's like 3 or 4 processes you have to go through to do it. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Miyagi has an opinion.
Where's that at? Let me go find that. Da, 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 da. Here we go. There you go. Have at it.
My opinion, the 5 who got wrenches were already blocked. Guessing she went into settings, went to do something with us, and went to wrong category. Makes sense.
Yeah, sure does.
Mm.
That's the only thing I can think of. But who knows with her? I mean, like I said, she was trying to justify how I watch, so you have to or don't have to. She was trying to justify how she got that screenshot.
Mhm.
And that was her justification that somebody did something with her account.
Right.
Uh, it's kind of crazy. What you got to say, Al? I see him talking about Fed
Yeah.
cases. Go for it.
It says, just check the Fed case 2 docket. Looks as if the fast food stand motions from Paint Chips got ASAP decision from the judge, most likely coming from Hinkle, not Belitho. Ooh,
Oh, so we could have documents sometime during the stream, huh?
maybe.
Huh? Yeah, that might be a Monday show. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I have my favorites. French. I am always reminding over here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You want to get into this? We'll get into it.
Absolute.
Let me
Uh,
find that. Here we go.
okay. So I guess somebody got slapped down on a motion, huh?
Yep.
Hmm. Okay. Order denying the motion to clarify or reconsider the April 24th order. Okay. The order of March 11th, 2026 dismissed the second amended complaint and granted leave to file a third amended complaint. The plaintiffs missed the deadline to file the third amended complaint, but one plaintiff, Jeremy, moved soon after the deadline for leave to file a third amended complaint, dropping 8 defendants and substantially narrowing the claims. The order of the April 24th, 2026 granted the motion. Defendant Paint Chips has moved to clarify or reconsider the
I'm going.
okay. To reconsider the April 24th order. He complains. I'm surprised he didn't make that bold and emphasis added, I don't know, that he did not have an opportunity to respond to the motion for leave to amend. But he had been defaulted, and his motion to vacate the default was still pending. The March 11th order, which was properly entered on
Ay.
the other defendant's motion to dismiss, had already given the plaintiff leave to amend. Paint Chips also seems to complain that granting leave to amend somehow deprived him of an opportunity to respond to the third amended complaint, including by moving to dismiss it. But that is wrong. Paint Chips may, indeed, must respond to the third amended complaint. He may file an answer or a motion under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12. Ha.
Does that sound like the Hinkle getting a little snarky?
Yeah, I think he's seeing I think he's finally seeing the BS through the fog. It is ordered. Paint Chips motion 191 to clarify or reconsider the April 24th order is denied. And it was ordered yesterday, May 7th, 2026.
Wow. It's to me it sounded like he's getting a little snarky.
Yeah, I think he's starting to see it for what it is. And or maybe he just doesn't like anybody and everybody. I don't know.
Denied.
Can we get another one?
Denied.
Sit down. Shut up.
Right?
Denied. Sit down.
So yeah, I maybe Hinkle's getting a little fed up with it, but hey, who knows? You know, there's been some crazy stuff going on through this. Somebody needs to take control of the court
Yeah.
and put a stop to all this crap. The
Yeah.
motion that they're talking about here, where is it? One of the motions that I pulled up yesterday, I think it was, or day before maybe. That thing was like 54 pages or 59 pages long. Right? I mean, Paint Chips is living up to his demands, or what he's stated. He is
Right.
going to try and suck every dime that he can out of Jeremy Hales. Period. He don't care who he pisses off. He don't care what he says. He's just going to do it and keep doing it till it's done. Till he's satisfied. Till either he gets told to stop or I'm going to sanction you. But if I remember correctly, somebody said he owes restitution up north. Now, I don't have any idea, guys. I don't know nothing about the guy at all. But somebody said he still owes money up north in excess of around $1 million. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. But like he said, if Jeremy did win, what's he going to get? He's not going to get anything.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's full of hot air. He's got to be making a living somehow. He's got to have money trails somewhere. I do need to turn that light on because I can't hardly.
Yes, he does owe restitution.
I have no idea what it. I'm not even going to try and speculate on that. I don't even have a clue.
I'm looking at the. I'm looking right at it. So he does. He does owe.
Oh wow!
It seems like it's $599,911.26. And it was to satisfy the elements of the New York felony of scheme to defraud in the first degree.
Well, there we go. Because now, I mean, apparently that case was, there was a lot of money involved in what he got charged with. I mean, I guess he fleeced quite a bit of money out of someone. I never got the real number. I probably did. I just forgot about him because I'm not really interested in the guy, But from what I understand, it literally almost put us in a hard spot, America and China. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't just somebody conning somebody out of money. It actually come close to putting a strain on relations between the two countries. Because it was a big deal from what I understand. I don't know, but he did spend some time in the Gray Bar Motels. We do know that. Oh, and we got Al said something here just a second ago. Coop, these bills of tea. Two things that I got out of this order. First, Jeremy's third motion was accepted after the deadline. And second, why was Paint Chip's default judgment set aside? Ooh.
I don't know. Why was it? That's a good question.
But the thing about the deadline, them accepting the Third Amendment complaint after the deadline. Now that's a big deal, I think. Maybe Hinkle and them's waking up to say, "Oh wow, we've done some pretty shitty stuff to Mr. Hales. Maybe we need to take a look at this. Maybe we need to move forward with this." What do you think, Dee?
Yeah, I'm reading what is out here, the opinion and the order, so on Paint Chips. So yeah, his name was his name was stricken from the roll of attorneys and counselors at law effective March 18th, 2019. So
he's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
Ronnie says, I would like to see a comedy show by Afro Man and his perspective on this whole saga. That would be interesting.
Right?
All right, let me get caught up here. So, chat, what you guys think about the motion D just read? I still say it sounded like he was being a little snarky.
It is, and I think it's like him, I guess you could say he was slapping back at that motion.
saying, no, 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 sit
Yeah.
down, shut up.
Well, it's more like, look, you're going to do this. Well, you know what? No. It's like you need to respond to this. You're not going to like get any more time to, play around.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, things will move forward. Things will move forward. Pickle Tig, how you doing, girl? Good morning, Mr. Coop, and D spills the tea. Good morning to you too, young lady. Oh, here we go. Big Al, what you got to say?
I think the judge knows a little bit more about paint chips, and paint chips thought he did. Maybe.
Well, see, that's one of the things that this is just my opinion. We all know that what they're trying to do is they're trying to mess with Jeremy. Okay, Jeremy's trying to sue them. It's been obvious that hey, they're going to file as many junk motions as they can to bleed the guy dry. This is not me speculating. This is actual. These people have went on these streams and said it out loud. Okay. I don't understand why Randy hasn't brought it more to the attention of the judge, but it seems like Al's right, maybe, or whoever said that. It seems like the judges are catching on to it now. Well, remember, Belito, he's new. He's pretty young at this.
Yeah,
But
he
Hinkle's
is.
probably been around a while. He probably sees what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So
All right.
it's just, it's just a matter of time. And I hate to say this, but it is sad that Hinkle had to step up to the plate to reel in Belitho, because basically he's not only reeling in what's being put on the docket, he's reeling in Belitho saying, hey, I need you to pay attention. I need you to start doing your job. So, and I really don't think that it shouldn't have had to have come to this.
Now, here's a thought, if I can remember what it was now. Never mind. Go ahead, continue. It'll pop back in my brain here in a minute. I had it right on the tip of my tongue, and she's gone. I don't know. I don't understand why Belito. Oh, here we go. Here's what I was going to go. Everybody's talking about the sanctions against Bubbles, right? For one, that was in Fed 2. Had nothing to do with Fed 1. Had nothing to do with Fed 2, right?
Right.
Okay. He's no longer a lawyer for Lynette and Crook. Apparently, they fired him for what he says. He's now been dropped from Fed 2. There is no reason that they can't sanction him now. None. Because he's not entangled into anything now. He's free and clear agent. He's not part of any cases anywhere at the Fed level. There's no reason why they cannot sanction him now. Hey, Rob Pate, what you got to say? Any chance of behind the scenes FBI investigation of paint chips with all these pro se cases where obvious he is lawyer behind the scenes? I don't know, Rob. That's a good question, my man. That's a good question. It really is. It's a good question.
It is.
I mean, he is a convicted felon. I am right on that, right, D?
Oh yeah, I'm looking right at it. Yes.
So
Yes.
if it's brought up to their attention, maybe. I mean, think about it. Bubbles is in a world of doo-doo right now with his bar license.
Right.
He still has one at this minute. Paint Chips doesn't. So can the bar step in and do something to him?
The burden of proof would be to fall upon somebody who's bringing the allegations that he is doing this. So there would need to be something that can physically be shown.
Right.
So you would have to have actual physical proof of him doing that.
Right.
So, and if there isn't any, it is all just hearsay. It's speculation. It's just talk. So,
I can't sit here and 100% say that he's writing motions for people. But like we were talking about the other day, you watch these lawyers and it's like each one of them has their own style, and you can depict a lot of times who's writing what. And some of the stuff that's been filed, I do believe that Paint Chips has been the one writing them, but I have no proof of it.
Right.
It's just pure opinion, pure
Right.
speculation. I'm not sitting there seeing emails transferred back and forth. I'm not any of that. I don't know what's going on. But
Right.
it's kind of crazy though. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. Well, no, didn't wasn't the bar looking into Lisa at one point in time?
At one point in time, but it was just he said, she said type deal. There was nothing that was physically proven. They have to have physical proof.
Right. And she ended up getting exonerated for that. So,
Right.
that's no big deal, but still, these people writing motions for other people claiming to be lawyers, I could see that. I could see that being a bad thing for somebody, especially say, for instance, Lynette has, let's just say me writing motions for her. Okay.
Right.
And she's suing someone or she's being sued.
Right.
And the outcome of whatever case it is bad for her. Couldn't she turn around and sue me for it because I gave her bad information? Or couldn't she turn me over to the bar because I was posing as a lawyer?
Yes.
So I don't know. Like you said, got to have proof. If you don't have proof, it pretty
Proof.
much,
Right.
yeah, it didn't happen unless you got proof. SMN, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, Coop and D. How you doing, SMN?
Good
Coop,
afternoon.
enjoy the pics I sent you. Oh, you send some pics? I'll go look. He sure did. He sure did. Oh, what do we got here? Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no.
I got one, and it is. Oh my goodness, it is hilarious.
Oh no.
This is multi-species in one. It is.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta pull this up. Let me go get that real quick. SMN does some pretty funky stuff. I mean, all you guys that send me stuff, this stuff is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me go grab it. There it is. And there it is. And there it is. And there we go. Let me get rid of this.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no.
It's a
Okay.
cross. It's a cross, but go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Looks like the thong is on backwards.
It's a cross between a walrus and a flea.
Oh no.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, welcome to Turtle Purgatory. Repent, you slow bastards. I'm the baddest bit in the Turtle Purgatory. Boom. I mean, this is.
But look, that does not look like it's on backwards. Oh.
Isn't the little knot here supposed to be in the back? Where you tie the tops together? You see it right there on the belly, right above the belly button, the little knot. Don't you tie the?
That should be in the back, and it's the thong is on backwards.
Oh my
no.
goodness, boy, you outdid yourself with this one, SMN. Let me tell you. Oh, Shell, yeah, this sucks. Oh, what is this? Did you speed when you were younger?
Oh my god.
Turtle confessional. Oh wow, that's cool. Today's special boiled turtle soup, extra slow.
Oh no.
Oh, look at the little turtle over here with a freaking Mai Tai in his hand. Oh my. Selfie queen.
Oh no.
What else we got in here that's hiding that I don't see? Oh, look at that purple eyelashes. Oh wow. Oh, flea champagne. Okay. The confessional is pretty cool. Turtle confessional. Did you speed when you were younger? Any of these little guys over here got anything else that's funny? Oh, look at the little dude. Oh, he's got a drink too. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm getting this off here. That's crazy.
Oh my
Just don't
gosh.
send any X-rated ones. No X-rated ones. The imaginations that some of these people come up with are just amazing.
Right?
How long did that take you to write those prompts, SMN? That's awesome, man. That's
Right?
awesome. I mean, I don't put in that much work on my thumbnails, but that was pretty cool. Oh, I did find out that ChatGPT now has it to where when you want to create a thumbnail, you don't have to resize it anymore.
Oh, wow.
You tell it what your thumbnail wants your thumbnail to be, and then at
Okay.
the very end of it, just type in make photo YouTube thumbnail size, and then I type in 1280. Yeah, 1280 by 720, and then it makes it that size. See,
Wow.
used to it didn't. Used to it made it, and you had to resize it. So when you resize it, it kind of blew it out a little bit. Now it does it in exact YouTube thumbnail size. I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right, guys and gals, we are about an hour in. I think we're going to jump back into our bad neighbors from yesterday. I have a couple of videos from, I think one of them was a year ago, and the other one was as early as 5 months ago. Now, the first one I'm going to, roll up on the screen. That one is where she's actually in court. It's not going to be the whole court hearing, but this is where she tries to apologize to the judge or to the family. I don't know. And the judge really just goes off on her. So, guys, I will set that up while D talks to y'all, and we'll get rolling on that.
Right? Oh, wow. James, I don't know how you did that picture. It scared my dogs. Now they're hiding under the bed. Oh, no. Oh.
All right. There it is. We'll hit share right here, and we'll go
Hey,
here.
Rosella, how are you?
Good morning. All right. For all you guys that were not here yesterday, we were talking about this Susan. Can you remember her name, D?
Lorenz.
Lorenz. Okay. Apparently, she shot through the door of her home at the neighbor and actually unalived the neighbor. Okay. All because kids in the neighborhood play in the field right beside her house. The reason why we're talking about this, the reason I'm talking about it is because this could be a similar situation if things get out of hand in the Otter Creek stuff. Okay. This could easily happen because this woman is upwards around the same age as people involved in Jeremy's life that are causing havoc for him. I'm not saying that they're ever going to do anything to Jeremy. What I'm saying is it is a possibility because there's been one individual that it's been proven he's pulled pew-pews on people at least 3 different times. The man spent 40 days in jail for doing it. He confessed to doing it. They had evidence of him doing it. They had multiple witnesses of him doing it. Why he got out scot-free without a prosecution blows my mind. But the longer it goes with Levy County Sheriff's Office not doing anything, just sitting on their hands and letting these people get away with multiple violations on this protection order, I see it just emboldening these guys to where one day they're going to snap. Nobody in a million years thought this woman would actually pull out a firearm and fire it through her door and unalive her neighbor.
Right.
Just like, and she's not known for pulling pew-pews on people. So this is a bad neighbor situation, and it to me it keys right in with what could possibly happen in the Otter Creek situation. That makes sense, D. You want to elaborate on it?
No, the parallels are similar. Not 100%, but are similar.
Right. All right, boys and girls. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing this. And D, if you need to go powder your nose, you can have at that. I know I'm going to
All right.
run and fill up my tea here in a few minutes. But Let's carry on with the show.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see if you can hear it.
So when Miss Lawrence
Yes.
fired the gun through the door, she did so knowing a person was directly on the other side of the door.
A judge hands down a near life sentence for this Florida woman convicted in the shooting death of her neighbor.
I can only tell you I have cried and I feel horrible for my actions. Please accept my humble and sincere apology for this tragedy.
The victim, a black mother of 4, who was shot and killed by this woman through a locked metal door.
I'm still trying to grasp and cope with the fact that my daughter, my baby girl, is lying 6 feet underground, breathless, lifeless, and will never be with us again.
I'm Sierra Gillespie, and this is Law and Crime News. Now, this is a case we've covered for more than a year. It's one that captivated the nation with its shocking details and devastating outcome. The defendant is 60-year-old Susan Lawrence, who became known as the Florida Karen. She repeatedly called the police on the kids in her neighborhood, mostly for playing in the vacant lot next to her home.
I don't want to.
All right, do you guys see that, what she's got on? Do you see that, D?
Mm-hmm.
That's a protective vest to keep her from, 1, harming herself, and 2, anyone else harming her.
Right. That's when she's being moved from one location to another.
Right.
Kids in her neighborhood, mostly for playing in the vacant lot next to her home.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names. Really, we're gonna, devolve to this simple bullying. I don't want to face this.
Starting in February 2022, the Marion County Sheriff's Office began receiving calls from Lawrence, reporting the kids in her Ocala, California neighborhood were just too loud.
What's going on this evening?
Lots of children screaming their full heads off, running around. I had my truck parked in front here, so I didn't have to listen to the screaming and yelling. As soon as I moved the truck, the kids are coming up. I'm like, guys, stop. They know they're not supposed to be over here. They've been told many times. They've previously stolen a trespassing sign.
There are dozens of hours of body camera video just like this. Lawrence calling emergency responders to basically complain about her neighbors and their kids. Lawrence found the most issue, though, with Ajika or AJ Owens. It all culminated on June 2nd, 2023, when Lawrence fatally shot Owens through a locked door.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Turn around! Turn around! Where's your gun at? You got hands? You got hands? You're gonna be detained. Is there anybody else in the house?
Lawrence had already called emergency responders.
What you got to say, D?
Did she say, I could barely make it out, but did she say that the kids control the neighborhood? Did she say that?
I do believe that's what she said. I do believe that. Well, they're kids, they're out there to have fun and play. Okay. She strikes me as one of those people that don't like kids.
Yeah.
And one, from what the kids have said, she's also racist. So, I mean, I haven't heard her say anything racist, like I haven't heard her say the N-word or anything, but the kids have no reason to lie. Kids are, whatever they're thinking comes out of their mouth. If somebody called them a bad word, it's going to flow right out. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I believe the kids are right about that. The kids did say that she's called them the N-word and the B words and all kinds of words. Okay, she said that in court. Also, I seen this trial, Mercedes
Okay.
says.
So that was like, that's her main thing. She's, kids control the neighborhood. No, kids play.
I think she just hates kids. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, she's a typical Karen, Big Al, who hates to see anybody else have fun. Right. So far, I haven't been able to give her any sympathy whatsoever. None.
Mm-mm.
She just seems like a despicable, woman that's wanting to control what other people are doing. I lived in a neighborhood when I was growing up. We had a lot of kids. Okay. And when they talk about a village to raise children, yeah, I mean, all of our neighbors, yeah, we had some grumpy neighbors, but they pretty much left us alone. But we were all over our neighborhood. I don't know. My thing is, these kids are outside. They're not stuck in a house playing
Right.
Xbox all day,
That and
They're
they're not out there causing harm to anybody. They're just having fun. And it did well, she did make a statement yesterday. Remember yesterday she said, was it these people or those people? So
I'm pretty
that
sure she
that
said, yeah.
that
I'm
right
pretty sure.
there, that just
Yeah.
led me to believe that yes, she does have a problem with people of color. So she is, in my opinion, yes, she is a racist.
Well, the sad part about it is, from what I've seen, the neighborhood is mixed. I mean, you have white people,
Yeah.
brown people, black people. You have a mixture of races that live in that
Mhm.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, is she racist against all of them, or is she just an evil old bat that wants to control what's going on in her neighborhood? I don't know. But I did notice yesterday where she parks her truck, that's not the front of her house. You have to walk
Mm-mm.
down the sidewalk. So where they're talking to her, that is actually the front of her house. It's
Right.
crazy. All right. I'll get to playing this and I'm going to go fill up my tea.
All right.
When she fired the shot, saying she feared for her life. But Owens never tried to enter the home. This point was highlighted at Lawrence's trial this summer that ended with a sweeping verdict.
Verdict as to count one. We, the jury, find as to count one of the charge. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that during the commission of the offense, the defendant personally used a firearm? Yes. So say we all, dated the 16th day of August, 2024.
Because she was found guilty on the manslaughter charge, Lawrence faced a maximum of 30 years in prison for her crime. Before her sentence was handed down on Monday, the court heard a range of testimony, beginning with a statement from Ajika Owens' own mother.
My name is Pamela Dias. I am the mother of Ajika Owens, who was shot and killed by Susan Lawrence. I stand before you with the burden of articulating and conveying the depth of our grief and the trauma that Susan Lawrence inflicted on our lives. And to also share the devastating impact that Susan caused when she fatally shot my daughter, Ajika Owens, on June 2nd of 2023. It is virtually impossible to convey all of the ways Susan has devastated our lives from the onset of the proceedings. Susan was bold and brazen.
What you got to say, D?
Okay, so the state decided to go with manslaughter. So here is my question. So, was there not enough evidence collected throughout this whole investigation to support an murder charge? Is my question. I see.
Ah,
I haven't watched this, so and I didn't follow this case, so I don't know.
well, remember we listened to the sheriff the other day, and they did not arrest her immediately. They did arrest her at the scene, but I think they let her go, or they didn't file charges, because I know they put her in handcuffs and put her in the car the day this happened.
Right.
But I don't think I don't know if they let her out or they just didn't charge her for so many days, because I know he said that it wasn't right away that she was charged. They
Okay.
wanted to make sure they had all the evidence to charge her. Why they came up with manslaughter instead of the, murder one, I don't know. To me, murder one would have, yeah, I think that would have been perfect for it. What do you think?
Yeah, because see, on the manslaughter charge, she's going to serve just a portion of that. And then, did they give her parole? Will she be eligible for parole? Is another question. Now, is that family going to come at every parole hearing and do an impact statement as to the reason why she shouldn't be paroled? So
Could be, could
that's
be.
another question. See,
I don't even know how. See, like I said, I didn't watch the trial. Okay, this was just last year. We pulled up the one video that I showed. At that point in time, I didn't even know that there were any trial stuff out. So I do know Netflix did a series on it or did a
hmm
show on it, but I never got to the outcome. What she got sentenced. I'm hoping it pops up in some of this stuff. We
okay,
got 20 something minutes of it, so hopefully they'll tell us.
okay,
Ready?
When the
go
guilty
ahead.
verdict was read, Susan shrugged her shoulders, as to say, oh well. If she showed a modicum of remorse, it was not for Ashika. It was not for my 4 grandchildren. It was for her own selfish reasons. Susan Louise.
Now, Big Al brings up a good point. There's quite a difference there on murder. You have to be planning it, right? So this
Okay,
wasn't premeditated. This was a spur of the moment, knee jerk thing for her to do. It's not like she sat out and drawed it out. Planning it
right.
or be thinking about it. I don't think she was thinking that that's what she was going to do or was doing. Yeah, right. You're absolutely right, Big Al. All right, let's go. Let's go. So that's probably why they didn't charge her with murder. They just got her with
Okay,
manslaughter.
okay.
Lawrence was unanimously found guilty of manslaughter by use of a firearm by a jury of her peers for shooting Ashika through a locked metal door. For the pain, the suffering, the life-altering consequences of Susan's heinous actions that have been inflicted on our lives. I am begging you, I am pleading that you hold Susan fully accountable for her actions.
Now, Buffalo Man's got a good question. Is manslaughter the same as second degree murder in that state? Well, it is in Florida, so I don't know. What about
It was second degree.
he's asking, is manslaughter the same as second degree in the state
Okay.
of Florida? I don't know. I don't know. I know murder is murder. It's got to be premeditated. It's got to be planned out. Now, second degree, I don't know if it's different from manslaughter or not. I didn't know. Oh, what do you got to say, Victoria? Well, since she loved calling the cops on her neighbors all the time, why didn't she call that night? Yeah, there you go. That's a good question, Victoria. And let them deal with whatever situation was going on. Her door was locked. Why fire a gun? Great point, Victoria. I can get behind that 100%.
No,
Second,
it's not the same, because manslaughter is generally an unlawful unaliving via culpable negligence or heat of passion. Now, if it was, because it seems like the murder charges, second degree murder involves an intentional act with depraved mind, malice, but no premeditation.
well, now Big Al makes a good point. Manslaughter, it's an easier to get a conviction with manslaughter than it is with
Yes.
just regular murder in the first or second degree.
Right.
So I don't know, but hey, I'm gonna have to take his words for it. Okay, Tim, I got you, my man. I got you. I got you. All right, let's get back to this.
After this emotional statement, the judge heard from those closest to Lawrence, including her sister Ellen.
Does your family have a history of mental health issues?
Yes.
Ellen described the Lawrence family history, saying their mother suffered from depression and their brother was a violent alcoholic. Their father was a concentration camp survivor that in adult life became a drunk who abused both daughters.
My father had been raping me since the time I was about 4 years old. And he beat us a lot when we were younger, especially.
What was your father's name?
Stephen Lorenz.
When did your father begin abusing you and Susan?
I guess he started with Susan before I was born. And then after I was born, he waited till I was like 3, 4 years old before he started doing whatever to me.
Oh, so they're trying to play it off that she was abused?
Mm-hmm.
The woman that shot somebody was abused by her husband? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what it sounds like, and it seems that was part of her defense, possibly.
Huh. And here's another question. Why is she calling her mother by her mother's name? Did you hear? She said she's calling her Susan. Is that not her real mother?
I don't know.
Because wouldn't you say my mom or my mother? Well, why would you call your mother by her first name? Because apparently that's her mother, because she just stated that he was abusive to her before she was born. And then when she was born, he started abusing her. So that obviously that's her mother. So why would she be calling? Huh?
Didn't she, if you back that up just a few seconds, it sounded like she said Susan was older than me. So is that her sister? I'm confused.
Let's see.
And he beat us a lot when we were younger, especially.
Their mother was a violent alcoholic. Their father was a concentration camp survivor that in adult life became a drunk who abused both daughters.
My father had been raping me since the time I was about 4 years old. And he beat us a lot when we were younger, especially.
What was your father's name?
Stephen Lorenz.
When did your father begin abusing you and Susan?
I guess he started with Susan before I was born. And then after I was born, he waited till I was like 3, 4 years old before he started doing whatever to me. I really don't remember it because I've kind of pushed it out of my mind.
And did he sexually abuse both you and Susan starting at a young age?
Yes, he did.
Was your father psychologically abusive as well?
Absolutely.
In what way?
He constantly told us that we were fat and stupid. We were ugly. I mean, just any kind of derogatory thing he could think of to call us.
According to her sister, Susan Lawrence survived all this trauma and even helped raise her nephew who had disabilities.
Do you have a son?
Yes, I do.
And what is his name?
Gabriel Michael Lorenz Dunn.
Is Susan and Gabriel very close?
Very.
How would you describe their closeness, their relationship?
He absolutely adores her, and she's like a second mom to him.
Does Gabriel suffer from disabilities and mental health issues?
Yes, he does.
What kind?
My son was born legally blind. He can see with glasses, but he still has vision issues. I mean, his vision's still not, even with the glasses, he's still not 100%. He also has autism. He has ADHD and ODD, which is oppositional defiance disorder.
How has Susan helped you with your son?
Oh, she would take him on the weekends so that I could get a break and, just get myself together. And she absolutely loved him. She took him all over the place, and he had a blast with her.
Following this testimony, a licensed psychologist spoke to the court, describing Lawrence's post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD diagnosis.
Miss Lawrence was cooperative with me. but I also sense that she had difficulty about talking about certain things. She's a very private person, and she's really not used to talking about this very painful thing. She's very ashamed of having been the victim of psychological trauma. Even though it's not her fault, she has internalized that guilt. And she didn't want to talk too much about her relationships and things like that. And you could tell that she was getting fatigued towards the end of the sessions. And she's like, when are we going to be done, kind of thing, because she was experiencing pain.
Was she very remorseful in regard to Miss Owens and her passing away?
To me, she expressed, especially in the last 2 times that I saw her, that when she looks at this rationally, right, she said to me, I now realize that she was like a mama bear, taking care of her kids. And that's how I see her now. But that's not what I saw that day. It would be my opinion that yes, that her ability to appreciate the criminality of her conduct or to confirm her behavior would be substantially impaired, because she's perceiving that her life is in danger. She's perceiving that the locked door with a bolt will not hold, and that Miss Owens is going to victimize her.
Now, Victoria's got a good point. Do you see that, Dee?
Yes. She called the cops all the time. Then that would lead me to believe she was talking to friends or family on the phone about all of this all the time, and they didn't pick up on how unstable she was. I agree, but you see, this clinical psychologist here, she was paid by the defense. So if they would have
Right.
brought in a different psychologist that was paid for by the state, then they could, you see what I'm saying? They would be able to get a different opinion. Maybe she wouldn't open up to one versus maybe she would open up more to another. But going back to the abuse that both of these ladies suffered does not negate the fact of the action that she did. It
Right.
doesn't dismiss it. But it's horrible that it did happen to them. It happens all the time, unfortunately, and a lot of people don't talk about it. But that doesn't give her the right to take somebody's life.
Right on. And I think in here the judge really rips into her.
She describes shaking. She describes being overcome by fear. And in that moment, there is a lack of consideration for what's going to happen next. Her thoughts are very simplistic and focused on getting out and being on survival mode.
Now, some may argue that Miss Lawrence's actions on that day were an overreaction of what was occurring. Would her having post-traumatic stress disorder affect how she viewed and saw the event and any overreaction that she had?
Yes, so definitely PTSD is going to rewire us, reshape the way in which we look at the world.
Hey, so I'm gonna take a guess and say a lot of you who watch our videos might be business owners, maybe even some sort of side hustle you're trying to build. One of my made a statement to the court.
Had to get
For the
past
first
that, guys.
3 minutes, sentence, Lawrence herself made a statement to the court. For the first 3 minutes, she spoke about past medical ailments before bringing the discussion finally to Ajika Owens.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm making...
You guys notice how much weight she's lost being in jail?
Mm-hmm.
She looks a lot smaller now than when they arrested her. So seems like the food at the Gray Bar Hotel is not very good. Could be stress too, you know.
Stress, right.
A statement so you understand my actions and my reasoning the night of the shooting. My medical disabilities. I've had 25 knee surgeries on my right knee. Ended up having multiple replacements and then a catastrophic failure due to an allergy. I went back to having another knee replacement and I was burned during surgery. And so I had gotten very ill and my knee literally goes backwards.
I'm sorry, but I don't give a damn how many surgeries you've had. That doesn't give you an excuse for the behavior.
See, this is her opportunity to show remorse. And here she is discussing her.
Yeah, that just don't make sense. But oh
No.
well.
laminectomy by lumbar spine from the accident in 2019. I was back-ended at a stoplight, and there was a horrible complication. My dura from my spinal cord actually healed onto my actual spine. So when they went to do the correction, give it a little more space, the dura tore, I was leaking cerebral spinal fluid, and he had to do an actual spinal cord repair. They didn't know if I would walk again from that. I've also had left with nerve damage to my lower legs and feet and have diminished feeling and numbness. And I've fallen twice because of this. And I fell the first time in 2019 and had sustained internal injuries. I had bruised my lung and I had gotten a ganglion cyst on my right wrist. The second fall was November 2022. I fell because I walked into a bathroom, the light was supposed to come on and it never came on, and there was a toilet paper roll with the actual cylinder inside, and so it rolled out from under my foot and I fell backwards, and I had torn my rotator cuff and muscles in my left shoulder. The 2019 accident also impacted my cervical spine, and I lost feeling in my hands and had to have therapy. I had horrible migraines, terrible neck pain, and was going through.
You notice that judge it don't even look like he even cares what she's saying.
No. And she said that she lost feeling in her hands. Well,
obviously not enough.
Enough, right. I was going to say, because she had enough feeling in her hands to pull the trigger, right?
Right.
Okay.
Wellness. And so I also have cataracts in both eyes, and the one on my left is progressing faster, so it looks like I'm going through Vaseline on a lens. And I have some heart issues and high blood pressure. And there's a reason why I'm telling you all this.
Well, come on, get to the reason.
I have carpal tunnel in both hands and muscle loss and diminished gripping capabilities. The first time I encountered Miss Owens was February of 2022. I was about 7 weeks after the neck fusion, and she basically attacked me. And she threw the sign at me, and I thought, what is going on here? I didn't expect to be confronted like that. And I had a huge red scar on my neck at that point in time, and she's screaming at me, and she keeps coming closer and closer and closer. I'm backing up, and then she's trying to rip the cell phone out of my hands. Finally, I had to, I said, you're trespassing, you really need to leave. And she picks up the sign, and she says, what, this fucking trespassing sign, and throws it at me. This is where she hit me. And I still have the red where she hit me. I've never ever dealt with someone who's that violent that quickly. And so I was terrified of this woman, literally terrified. I've never had anyone, the first time I've met them, throw something at me and get so physically abusive. This woman kept coming after me. I had approached her because I was watering my plants, and she's going, oh, there's a crazy old white lady. And I'm like, you can't just go around saying someone's crazy. I mean, it was insanity. So I went to say something to her, and she verbally attacked me again. She's like, you've been calling my kids racist names and stuff. And I said, no, ma'am, I have not. And she kept getting angrier and angrier. The more I said no, the angrier she got. So finally I said, I was terrified. I mean, she went from a very relaxed position to a position here. I could see her neck veins starting to bulge. Her pulse is really getting, fast. And I'm thinking, she's going to beat the hell out of me right here in the street. So I said, listen, I'm sorry. If that's what you think I said, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody. I didn't say it, but I'm sorry. I went to walk away, and she's following 1 foot behind me the whole time to my apartment till I slammed the door in the face. Again, never had anyone do anything that aberrant in my life.
After nearly 15 minutes, Lawrence finally offered an apology to the Owens family.
I would like to make a statement to AJ's mom, children, and friends. It is with heavy heart.
What you got to say, D?
Okay, she stated that the mom went after her all the time, coming up to her and chasing her down, yada, 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 right? But she was the one who called the cops every chance she got. Where is her proof that any of this took place? Where's her proof? You see,
there's multiple witnesses that the police interviewed that said nothing happened that she's claimed happened. She claims she hit her with the sign. What's this deal with the red mark on her neck? Apparently, her reasoning behind it was she got the sign was thrown at her and it hit her in the leg, Well, that's the leg. How's it get way up there to the neck all of a sudden? But
I don't know.
There were multiple witnesses that said the woman never attacked her ever. And when she threw the sign down, it wasn't even at that woman's direction. It was down onto the ground. So, yeah, this is crazy woman.
Great remorse. I write this letter to you. First and foremost, I am so sorry that I took AJ's life. I never intended to kill her. The night I shot that gun, I was confused as to why she was screaming and pounding on my door. I had an idea that Israel told her I had hit him. I could not understand why she was so angry. And she truly scared me. Now that I know he told her I hit him, I am just profoundly sad. Not only did a mother die, but a daughter and a sister. I think of your family's loss and know how hard it is to lose someone you love. Not being able to see that person, or just talk to that person is such an empty feeling. I so wish I could go back and change things so that she was still here. I would trade my life so that she could be here, if it were possible. I know that you have all suffered from her loss, and I have prayed for you and your family during this time so that you can, that God could help you. Nothing I can do will change the outcome. I can only tell you I have cried and I feel horrible for my actions. Please accept my humble and sincere apology for this tragedy.
The defense asked for time served, amounting to 538 days and probation for Lawrence. The prosecution and Owens' family asked for the maximum sentence of 30 years. Judge Robert Hodges said the defense proved Lawrence did suffer from PTSD, but not that the capacity of the defendant, Susan Lawrence, could appreciate the criminal nature of the conduct.
Despite the existence of one legitimate departure reason, even if she did qualify for the other two departure reasons, I would not depart in this case, because I find that the aggravated nature of this case and this offense and the harm inflicted outweighs the mitigation or the departure when I weigh the totality of the whole case. So I find that the seriousness of the offense outweighs any legal departures that could be applied in this case. I'm primarily looking at the harm inflicted upon not only the victim, who of course lost her life, but her family. She has 4 children, all of whom were present during the events or somewhere in the general vicinity, or at least home. It certainly will have a traumatic impact on their lives for the rest of their lives. When I look at the nature of the offense, I find that the shooting was completely unnecessary in this case. Ms. Lawrence was behind the door was locked. She had already called law enforcement. They were en route. She knew they were en route. She was in a relatively safe position. For some reason, she went into her room and found a gun. She could have stayed in the room and put another locked door between her and Miss Owens, but she came back out, put herself in front of the door, and at the time she fired the gun through the door, she was safe. Miss Owens was simply, although she was clearly banging loudly and was probably very angry over the whole situation, it appears to be she was mostly demanding that Miss Lawrence come outside, which would indicate she had no indication of coming inside the house. So when Miss Lawrence fired the gun through the door, she did so knowing a person was directly on the other side of the door.
Susan Lawrence now has 30 days to appeal the judge's decision. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Now, did she get 30 years?
Let's see.
I don't know if she got the 30 years or not.
Let me see. Let me look at this real quick. Let's see. What did she get?
Now, while you're looking for that.
Okay. She was sentenced to 25 years in prison that November, in that November. Yeah, she got 25.
So she'll probably do what, 10?
12 maybe.
12 maybe.
Maybe. So my like I said, my thing is she going to be eligible for parole? And if so, of course she is, because she only got 25 years. But if I was the family, I would attend every parole hearing going forward.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. Getting back to her stating that she had carpal tunnel and she had all these elements, all these illnesses, that's kind of I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of firearm she had. Okay, but a typical I would say ladies firearm would be a revolver or maybe a small 9mm. The trigger pull on them are reasonably around 3 to 5 pounds, maybe. So if you're suffering for corporal tunnel, what did you do? Grab it with both hands and put 2 fingers on the trigger? I mean, that's if you've got corporal tunnel, she had to pull the thing. What I'm saying,
Right.
I don't know. Obviously, her corporal tunnel must not have been that bad.
Right.
I don't know. It don't make sense to me. But this is the one where she's talking about suing the kids. I think where she's going with this is she's suing the kids because the kids put her in that frame of mind to do what she did. I don't think this is going to go over very well, but we'll give it a listen.
It's not fun.
I hate her. Leave me alone. She's in jail for good.
The Florida woman who gunned down her neighbor through her front door in a dispute over noisy neighborhood kids wants to sue her victim's children for defamation. The subject of Netflix's Perfect Neighbor documentary is standing by her story that a mother of 4 was threatening to kill her as she beat on her door, leaving her no choice but to fire through it. So now, as she sits behind bars for at least the next couple of decades, she is facing a wrongful death lawsuit from the family. And she says she wants to countersue. We're going to break down the lawsuit and what could happen next with the lawyer for the deceased woman's estate. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Obviously.
All right. The woman couldn't have had that big of an estate.
No.
I mean, come on. She had to hire lawyers for her defense. So the kid's suing her and she wants to countersue. Okay. Well, what are the kids even going to get if they do successfully sue her?
Okay, so you have to look at it this way. By doing this, okay, because me personally, I believe she should have gotten more time. And I should believe that she should not have gotten any parole. It should have been without parole. I've seen people get charged with stupid stuff and they get no parole. Okay? This woman took a woman's life, a mother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, whatever. She took her life. And in my opinion, I don't think she should be let out. But it also states that they want her to have, they were hoping to get a lighter sentence so she could get mental health when she came out. Who's to say she isn't going to do this again?
Now,
So by right.
You're testing me. Countersue? This is Lynette's first cousin. Bad shit crazy.
But okay, getting back to that. So the family in they're not getting what they felt was the correct justice
Right.
by suing her would give them somewhat more justice.
Well, let's see what hell Jesse's got to say here. You ready?
Yep.
This is a story we wanted to put a spotlight on. It's important to cover, okay? And the reason that we can do that is because of the amazing support that we get from our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. We're talking about America's largest personal injury law firm, a firm with over 1,000. The insurer, the link below, or you can scan the QR. Woman convicted of killing her neighbor, who insisted that the shooting was justified, filed a handwritten response to a wrongful death lawsuit. And despite a jury determining that the then 58-year-old committed manslaughter when she fired a pistol through the closed locked door of her apartment, Lawrence continues to claim that she was in fear for her life and had no choice but to shoot. And I'm going to get into that letter in a minute. By the way, some people say Lawrence, some people say Lawrence. We're going to go with Lawrence. Okay, going back to the night of the shooting. This heartbreaking body cam footage from that night, it was the focus of Netflix's The Perfect Neighbor, this documentary which dominated the streaming services charts for weeks.
Baby, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, baby, wake up! Baby, wake up! Come on! Hey, wake up!
We need to do CPR real quick.
Baby, wake up!
CPR.
Baby, wake up! Let me see. Do we have any calls?
So according to multiple witnesses, 35-year-old mother of four, Ajika A.J. Owens, went over to Lorentz's apartment on June 2nd, 2023. She apparently banged on her door, demanding that Lorentz come out and speak with her, because you see, Lorentz had reportedly taken A.J.'s son's iPad, even threw a roller skate at him for allegedly trespassing. But instead of speaking with A.J., Lorentz fired one shot through the door, and it hit A.J. in the chest, and she died.
Oh, I missed that, D.
What's that?
Where apparently she threw a roller skate at the kid and took his iPad. I missed that the first go around.
Well,
Wow.
I know that the first time that she did, the kids did say she took the iPad, but I didn't hear them state that she threw a roller skate, but okay.
When 911 calls started flooding in that there had been a shooting, Marion County deputies, they were actually already on the way. And that's because Lorentz had called dispatch in the minutes before the shooting, claiming she was in fear for her life because of the kids playing in a field near her house.
So why did she pull the trigger?
Exactly. Exactly.
Why did she pull the trigger? She knew they were on their way. They could have diffused the situation and nobody would have gotten hurt.
Well, if you remember when the judge was reading all of, when he was talking, not only was she in behind a locked door, she literally went into the bedroom. So why didn't they go for murder? Because she, like he said, she could have stayed in that bedroom and locked the door. That would have been 2 locked doors. But when she got the firearm and she came back into the living room or back into the other space, that to me, she had it on her mind to do something.
Yeah. So, and how can that woman get through a deadbolt door just by banging on it? How is that going? Okay.
You can't, especially these newer homes like that have the steel doors. They're usually in a steel frame as well. So it's not like you can just kick that door open and it's going to open. You're going to have police with pretty strong tools to get through those doors.
Right.
She said, I said, give me my iPad to her. She threw the...
If y'all were here when it happened, just stand right here so I know who was out here when it happened, okay?
I left my iPad over there because we was playing games. And I went to go get it. I said, give me my iPad because she had it. She dropped it, tried to throw the skates at me. And
okay.
And then I got...
Yep. The kid just said it right there. Threw the
Yep.
skates at him and took his iPad.
My brother, he said, come hit me with the skates. And then,
All right, bud. Give me a minute. Just hang out by my car, okay?
She's been doing that. Damn, and the kids was over there. They weren't even over here.
So when Marion County Sheriff's deputies responded to this chaotic situation, most of them were already familiar with the address. Lorentz had called them about the children playing near her apartment again and again and again.
Well, I mean, as long as they're not on your property, I mean, they can pretty much play wherever they want to play.
And I want you guys to run around, hoot and holler all you can, because I'd rather see you guys outside playing than on them TikToks, all right? Right? So, hoot and holler all you want, but if someone asks you to quiet down, bring it down a notch, okay? At least,
she come out.
for sure.
Hey, you
for sure.
retards, stop yelling.
Yeah, if she starts screaming at you guys, I want you to go tell an adult, okay? I don't want you to antagonize her, okay?
You don't have sole control over the parking lot. There's 4 people here.
Yeah, but those children don't live here. I mean, they literally live across the street on the other side. They don't.
I understand what you're telling me, and I get it, but you don't have sole power to say, hey, they can't be in this parking lot.
She's also the only one that ever calls.
You know what, deputies? They responded to at least 6 calls in relation to this dispute, this feud between Susan Lorentz and AJ in the months before the deadly shooting. And there wasn't much they could do except, take a report, warn the kids not to be too wild. And despite what she might have thought, that grassy area next to Lorentz's apartment was not part of her property. And no trespassing signs and warnings from deputies didn't mean much. Well, several days after AJ died, and after at least 2 interviews with police, Susan Lorentz was arrested and charged with manslaughter with a firearm. She has always maintained that AJ and her children had made threats against her, and this is despite witnesses saying they had never heard anything like that. When she went to trial in 2024, it took a jury only a couple of hours to return with a guilty verdict. The judge sentenced her to spend 25 years behind bars, and she's been locked up ever since. But now we got to talk about what just happened, okay? Months after the trial wrapped up, AJ's mom, Pamela Dias, filed a wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of her daughter's estate. Now, the suit wasn't just filed against Susan Lorentz. It names a co-defendant, Charles Gabbard.
There's
Who's
Charles.
Charles Gabbard.
Yep.
There's
the
Charles,
landlord.
the landlord or the property owner. There he is.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Al did say that this got thrown out.
Okay.
Was apparently the landlord of the apartments where Lawrence and AJ lived. He told investigators that Susan Lawrence would often complain to him about the children being unruly outside her windows. So she demanded he put up no trespassing signs, which he did at her property line, but he didn't have any say over that grassy area. Now, Pamela laid out what happened to her daughter on that day in 2023 and why she believes Susan Lawrence should pay up as part.
See, now I'll retract what I said yesterday. I said that she placed the signs. Obviously now it's the landlord actually placed the signs.
Okay. So apparently she was in communications with the landlord during this time for him to place the signs, right?
Right. Right.
You would think.
Part of the consequences for her actions. When it comes to Gabbard, this is what the complaint had to say. Quote, Charles Gabbard had actual or constructive control of the premises and knowledge of the history of erroneous allegations made to the Marion County Sheriff's Office by defendant Susan L. Lawrence against the decedent, Miss Owens, and her children. Moreover, defendant Charles Gabbard knew and or should have known that there was a propensity for gross negligent conduct and or intentional harm by defendant Susan Lawrence, which unreasonably exposed the decedent and her children to an unreasonable dangerous condition on the premises, which was likely to cause harm. So Pamela is looking for specific damages, including past and future mental pain and suffering of AJ's children, the expense of medical care at the end of AJ's life, funeral arrangements, loss of AJ's future potential earnings. And now we have to talk about something. We have to talk about the fact that Susan Lawrence has responded to this lawsuit from behind bars. So let me be clear. It's not an attorney doing this. It's her. She is actually physically writing back. And she's not only responding, she is looking to countersue. She sent a handwritten letter to the court laying out her intentions. And in that correspondence, she holds fast to the same assertion she always has, that she had to kill AJ before AJ killed her. The document reads, in response to general allegations, Ajika Owens and her children were trespassing. There were multiple no trespassing signs on the property. Miss Owens did in fact scream, threatened to beat me multiple times while trespassing. Miss Owens was instructed to stay off the property along with her children multiple times by the county sheriff's department. Miss Owens did not knock politely and speak reasonably on June 2nd, 2023. She pounded and screamed profanities like a lunatic. Miss Owens' children had lied to her and stated I hit her child with a roller skate. During his encounter with the prosecutors, Buxman and Smith, that child recanted that the roller skate hit him and only came near him. Assault and battery charges were dropped. Now, to be clear, none of AJ's children testified during the trial. They did do interviews with police and pretrial depositions with the attorneys. So Lawrence writes, quote, in depositions, all the children told different stories about their location at the time of the shooting. One child was over 60 feet away at the mailboxes. And Lawrence also returned to a story that she's repeated time and time again, that AJ had once thrown a yard sign at her after becoming frustrated over repeated issues with Lawrence. So Lawrence writes, quote, the female juvenile who testified at trial stated she was an eyewitness to Ajika Owens throwing a metal sign and seeing said sign strike me in the leg. I was 7 weeks post-operative for my neck fusion. And Susan Lawrence also referred to another juvenile named Uriel, who provided his recollections to the court, writing, quote, Uriel testified in his depositions that Miss Owens would come onto my sidewalk by the patio and threaten to fight me. He testified she was trying to scare me so that I would stop calling Marion County sheriffs. One child also testified that his brother struck Miss Lawrence with a water bottle in his depositions. I now wish to countersue for slander, libel, and defamation of character for damages in excess of $50,000. And she also indicated that she wanted to sue the landlord, Charles Gabbard, as well, for, quote, not securing the property correctly and allowing Miss Owens and her children for harassment, physical threats of harm, and mental duress. Now, okay, so right now I'm joined by Anthony Thomas, who is the lawyer for AJ Owens' estate. Anthony, thank you so much for coming on. First up, what did you make of this handwritten response from Miss Lawrence?
Well, she responded. I'm glad she responded. You know, sometimes when you have pro se litigants, it's kind of difficult to sort of get them engaged the proper way. I received that particular letter in the mail to my office before it was even something that went to the courts. And so once I was able to understand that, you know, she had also mailed it to the court, I'm glad that the judge was, able to make sure that that document was entered in as a pleading on her behalf. You know, now we can engage in litigation and we can continue the case. That now that she's responded, we can move on. We're now at the discovery phase of litigation where I'm allowed to, take Susan's deposition, take, the landlord's deposition, all parties involved, witnesses and things like that. So I'm happy to have litigation moving, pretty much.
And her response, which was both on the defensive and the offensive, right? She's intending to file her own lawsuit. Thoughts on that, and how do you plan to address that?
Well, my thoughts are, I hope that if Susan, wants to, take advantage of whatever defenses she has in this situation, that she's able to articulate it well. If she needs to get an attorney to do that for her, I wish her luck with that. But as it relates to, what she's claiming in this letter to the judge, I don't really want to comment on that, other than the fact that, it's given me some insight as to, how she's thinking about this case.
So you're limited in what you can actually say since it's ongoing litigation.
Yeah. So I have some evidence. We've shared some discovery at this point with the landlord's attorney, and so what I don't want to do is just compromise the integrity of that evidence for the sake of commenting on what Susan has in her mind. Pretty much what I've had the conversation with my client about was the merits of this case. If Susan is entitled to her defenses, cool. I'm okay with her being able to articulate those, but I pretty much think that this case is going to be tried on its merits. And, I think that the family has the better claim here.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about the wrongful death lawsuit? I mentioned it before. I was talking about it. Why does the family feel the need for this? And why also, what is the expectation at this point about what they believe they can actually recover?
Well, I've been, asked or hired to investigate negligence in this situation. We've had the criminal case play out where Susan was convicted. And so that's the criminal side. Now, to make sure that she has been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, that includes civil litigation. She should be able to answer for, her wrongdoings, criminal and in the civil sense. So we have a degree, or at least a theory, of what we think, that negligence is on Susan's part, as well as her former landlord, Charles Gabbard. And so we've pursued the lawsuit based on that. We made a short, plain statement according to the rules of pleadings here in a lawsuit situation. And we just want the evidence to be played out and the case to be tried on its merits. So again, I am in a place that will allow us to move litigation forward in a sense. And so I just want the evidence to play out. And once it does, I'll be able to have a better conversation with you about that.
Sure. And just to be clear, you'd have received a response from Charles Gabbard's side. I mean, I know you can't talk about the content of it, but you have received some sort of response.
So this information is pretty much public. Clerk Court's website, Marion County, has, all that stuff available. So yes, I've received an answer from Charles Gabbard's attorney. We've made some progress with the discovery, and we've exchanged some information. And so hopefully with the discovery phase of litigation, we can get forward more information. We'll eventually take depositions. I'm interested in taking Susan Lawrence's deposition, Charles Gabbard's deposition, of course, because they are the defendants of the case. There are some other witnesses who I'm interested in getting their deposition testimony as well. So we'll let the facts be where they are, but I'm definitely excited about being able to move this case forward because, like I said before, when you have, pro se litigants, sometimes that progress of discovery can be stifled.
Yeah, no, I understand. How's the family doing at this point?
Victoria, it is on Netflix. If that's what you're asking. I think it's The Perfect Neighbor or Bad Neighbor. I can't remember what it's called. But if you go to Netflix, or I would search it on Google first to get the actual name of the Netflix special. And then you'll be able to find it on Netflix.
About as good as they can. The holidays are always hard, especially with loss of someone who was the center of their life. These are 4 babies, no mom, and they have to endure the holidays without her. And it's an everyday ongoing situation. Each child has their own personality, their own relationship with their mom. And, Pamela Diaz, the grandmother, is really just trying to hold the family together. So it's rough. It's a day by day kind of process. Every day isn't good. Every day isn't bad. But, they're doing the best that they can.
And the attention around the world from this Netflix documentary, how has that affected them?
It's really interesting because what you have is the grandmother, Pamela Diaz, really, really trying to protect her grandchildren from all the things that go on. I mean, the oldest is a teenager now. So, of course, he may be exposed to social media. He may see things. And so what she's really focused on is trying to protect these kids from the negative attention, that kind of thing. She wants to promote positivity within her family unit. And so it's hard when there's so much attention out there. Everybody has an opinion about what's going on in the Netflix film and comments about that. And so from the perspective of the grandmother here, she's really just trying to protect these kids, keep shield protection around them so they don't get exposed to the negative and comments about that. And so
there you go, Victoria. The Perfect Neighbor is the name of it, and it's on Netflix.
From the perspective of the grandmother here, she's really just trying to protect these kids, keep shield protection around them so they don't get exposed to the negative attention.
Do you know if they objected to it being produced? Do you know if they objected to this being published and, this story being told in that way?
I have no understanding of any objection at all that was made with regards to the production of the documentary. No.
Okay. Anthony, again, I know you're limited in what you can say about the litigation. Is there anything else you can tell us about, what we should be looking out for, what we can expect, what might be going on here? Anything else you might be able to share at this point?
My job, of course, is civil litigation. All right. I really want to be able to articulate the damages and what these kids have gone through. Certainly their relationship with their mom or the loss of their mom, having to deal with that is something that is the most critical part of their life. That is the ultimate damage. Like I couldn't imagine being 4 years old or, 9 years old, 13 years old without my mom. And so the process of dealing with that is definitely one of the most important things that I want to be able to articulate and share with the public. Like, these are children. Their stress, their pain, their suffering, their aggravation is ongoing. It's not fixable with, any amount of money that can be pulled from civil litigation. It's not fixable from any amount of punishment given to Susan Lawrence. It's not fixable in the sense that, any amount of counseling with these kids can sort of help them adjust to what they may be going through. I don't live with them every day. I hear their stories. Their grandmother does her best to try to make sure that I understand their damages, because I have to articulate those in a courtroom someday. But it's an ongoing sort of situation. And these kids are, like I said, it's hard. It's very hard. These kids are going through a very rough time in their life. And I'm not sure when there's going to be some closure. We try. Of course, with the conviction of Susan Lawrence, there is one door closed in that chapter. Hopefully we can close another door with the civil litigation so they can put this behind them, and then, at some point the attention may taper off. At some point, the media may move on to the next situation or something that's out in the public, and so much attention won't be brought on these children where they don't have to live with, all of the negative, influences.
It's horrible. It's horrible when you think about how traumatic it is to lose a parent at a young age, but in that way, and in a way that now there was a trial, it was public, there is this Netflix movie, it's being talked about. Our hearts, our prayers are going to them. I can only imagine how difficult this is. And you know what else I was going to ask you? I know it's still early in the litigation, but potentially they could be called as witnesses, right, and have to testify at a civil trial?
Yeah, they can be. A lot of times the judge will, have say so in, the testimony of minors. It's really something that is possible. It was definitely possible in the criminal case, but of course you didn't hear any testimony from AJ Owens' children during that trial, and Susan was still convicted. So, I think for the most part, if a jury can convict Susan of, her heinous acts without any insight from the children, I think the evidence is clear in a civil sense.
But Susan could potentially call them as her own witnesses, right?
Yeah, she does have that ability to call them as witnesses. We will see. I think that you've seen the law enforcement footage. Like there's one particular case or situation at the time of the shooting where you have AJ's child being present. Seeing her.
You are absolutely right, Nanny. It's not a movie. It is a documentary.
His mother, pass away. Like, okay, well, that's definitely an issue where that child can be able to articulate what he was going through at the time. That's a damage. So if Susan wants to explore that, then we'll figure out, what steps we need to take to see if that evidence is, can be, presented in court ultimately.
All right, guys and gals. So what do you guys think? We've run over a little bit today, but hey, before we get out of here, I just want to let everyone know that I am sending everyone over to Venomous Venom. She is live right now. So if you guys just hold on to your chairs when we leave, it will automatically direct you over there. So what do you think there, Dee?
Well, I think she should have gotten more time. I really do. And I can see why the case was tossed. I really can. I can see that aspect of it. And Al said something dropped. I think LMNOP got served for the depot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been served. So
Cool beans.
Yeah. We'll probably go over that Monday, maybe.
Okay. So yeah,
I haven't decided. I haven't looked at it. Oh, anyway, go ahead.
I think that this case right here is an eye opener. I'm quite sure there's plenty more out there somewhere.
Right. Now, guys and gals, I want to make it very clear. I am not saying that something's going to happen to Jeremy and George. All I've said is this kind of behavior that happened with this woman. She's an elderly person. It's not far-fetched that somebody could go through a mental breakdown or something could push their buttons to the limit to where they do something stupid. I'm not saying anybody's going to do anything to anyone. It's just it shows you how something can get out of hand real quick and somebody
Right.
can end up losing really bad.
Right. And I think somebody checked and see, I think she's up for parole in 2 years. 2 years.
Wow.
2 years.
Wow.
Because you got to remember they take their time served, and that
Yep.
comes off of what they were sentenced. So if she served 500 and something days, that's a year and a half. So that's going to come up. That's going to come off at the top of what she was sentenced. So that's mind blowing right there. 2 years.
Okay,
She's
Leah, you have a good one. Yeah, it is, D. You're absolutely right. It's mind-blowing. I'm sorry.
it blows my mind that she's going to be eligible for parole in 2 years. Who's to say she's not going to move into another area and something similar happens? You see, that's my biggest fear. What if next time it is a child who's just knocking on her door to say, hey, something, my ball rolled into your yard or it went over your fence or something. Can you please retrieve it? You know,
Now-
something's going to trigger that.
You were saying eligible in 2 years. Now, this trial's been over for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So has she already come up for one parole hearing?
Mm-hmm.
And what was she still is she still in jail, or did they
She's still in jail. She'll be up for her first parole hearing in 2 years. So she'll be
in
eligible.
another 2 years?
Uh-huh. So in
Oh, from
2028,
today.
right,
Oh, okay,
2028,
okay.
2028, she'll be eligible for her first time coming up for parole. So it's going to take, you know, what has she done while she's been incarcerated? Has she attended any workshops? Is she continuously seeing a doctor in there to overcome whatever it is that she's saying that whatever triggered this? I don't know. So it's just going to take it. Everything's going to be taken into consideration.
All right, all right, all right. Now, hey, chat, when you go over to Venom, she says she's going to have a very good show today. So you guys make sure and tell her hello from Coop and D.
Right on.
And have a listen to what she's got to say. I know she's always got some good stuff to say. Anyway, you got anything to throw out there, D?
Just everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Right. All right, guys and gals in the chat, it has been awesome today. Thank you all for stopping in and hanging out with me and D. It's been a beautiful day outside. I hope this weekend is going to be just as beautiful. I hope you all have an absolute wonderful Mother's Day and a holiday weekend. And you guys all know we're on Monday through Friday from 11 to around 1 Eastern Standard Time. And I hope to see you guys on Monday.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yep, right on. Happy Mother's Day, all you women's and men's that's acting like mamas. You guys have a wonderful day, and D and I will see you on the next one.
Bye.